What do we got today? We got ourselves in a 1v1 ATH, the Fire Mage Extraordinaire. He's versing against Atheman. Because he's versing against the Paladin, he went for adaptation just so he can get out of Hammer of Justice every single time. So hopefully Atheman has an answer for this one. ATH, I think he's going to go for a Greater Pyroblast build, which seems to be the original build that you normally go for. Atheman is setting himself up with same adaptation. He'll always go with adaptation because he does get to play human and a Paladin. And it looks like he's going for a normal build. He's not going for a wacky build. See, looking at his talents. Let's see how that goes. Rimuru's also in the background. We got Kachik and Rimuru establishing themselves just as a second in command there. Just so these two can duel, man. Just so they can get this 1v1s. Atha versus ATH. Good luck and have fun. I think the Mage obviously has a bit of an advantage here versus the Paladin. That's a nice looking mount. That's kind of a cool mount. And Atheman does not want to give ATH any ability to just land a polymer from afar. Once they get the damage going, adaptation coming out immediately, which is going to stump up ATH just a little bit. Because he is going to have to wait out through that trinket. And ATH does not run a stun, so for Atheman, being a human actually doesn't help him at all. ATH is going to land a Greater Pyroblast, is still going to hit out. No, actually, I have the Hand of Freedom out of that one. And if you guys are not seeing ATH steal Hand of Freedom from Atha, there's a good chance that Atheman's Hand of Freedom is the one that's honor-talented, where if he gives someone else a Hand of Freedom, he also gets a Hand of Freedom. Hand of Freedom cannot be stolen, and 30% movement speed while a Hand of Freedom is up. It's crazy. That's going to be full burst out of ATH with combustion, blocking out huge damage into Atha, who's looking for some massive recovery while the mana allows it, while dampening hasn't hit super high. So for Atheman, that was a huge amount of cooldowns that's just out for him. And Atheman went for a minute-long cooldown on his wings. Minute-long wings do dissipate, however. So not able to cap out the damage. That Frost Nova is going to put him out there. But Atheman looking to actually move. Oh my god, what is that? Ripple in space S's just so you can get more mobility? That is crazy, dude. Oh my god, that's actually crazy. That's a bold move, Cotton, right here. So he's going to leverage the fact that he doesn't have mobility as a red Paladin with an essence for mobility, whether he wants to run away from ATH or catch up to him. That's actually going to be interesting. Holy crap. Alrighty. ATH is now aware of what he is running with. Iceblock coming out a little bit early. He's like, oh, no, no, no. Oh, no. Look at his little eyes, dude. Poking from the eyes. He's like, no, 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 no. No, no, no. Atheman is just poking into his Iceblock bubble. Into his personal bubble. But that was cooldowns. Full cooldowns out of Atheman just now. So Iceblock might have been needed. That's going to be Meteor, Fireball, everything onto Atha. Huge damage, dropping him to about half health, cutting his health in half. But he's going to be able to dip behind the pillar and catch a couple heals while the mana allows it. So for ATH, he's going to have to really wait for the next Hammer of Justice and hopefully have adaptation for that one. And he might need to find a way to get Atheman drawn out in the open without being near a corner. Another Polymorph comes in. He's going to be able to get a full Greater Pyro. He's going to go for Greater Pyro, Ring Greater Pyro. Or is he going to go for more damage? No Fireball. He's just going in for big damage, man. Getting a Pyro Blast in there. It's going to be another G-Pie. So at least he can keep Atheman away for a bit. For now. That might be tough, man. Bog, Essence, Blink plays. Let's go, dude. I want to see if he's actually going to... If that Essence is going to allow him to win the game here, too. Because Paladins don't really have that great mobility against Mages. And that perfect chain CC by ATH is just something Atheman will have to deal with. Hodge into ATH. She doesn't have adaptation for that one. Middle Wings coming out for Atha. He's just trying to chuck out as much damage as he can into ATH. Hand of Freedom to follow right after the Frost Nova. And that's going to be Polymorph. Going to be able to adapt out of that one. Double Poly for ATH. Atheman could pop a bubble here if he wanted to. Going to be a Meteor down onto Atheman as ATH is going to get himself a couple of those Fire Blasts back to back at Atham. Also, is ATH running Shimmer or is he running normal Blink? He actually might be running normal Blink. I have not been paying attention. But maybe he's running normal Blink. I'm pretty sure he's running Shimmer. He has to be running Shimmer. Going to be another Fireball into Atheman's face. Another Polymorph. Yep, Shimmer. That's 100% Shimmer. Might end up changing his playstyle later. With the normal Blinks, you can always get out of stuns. Ring of Frost to fall into Atheman. Does get a hit with a Greater Power Blast. Might be huge damage out of ATH. Has Combustion if he wants to. It's going to be Fireball. Combust coming out. Atheman is going to pop Shield of Vengeance. Bubble coming in before his health drops super low. Is going to get himself a flashlight or two. Is he going to use that Essence here? No, he's saving that thing. That thing has a pretty short cooldown too. Very short cooldown. 100 ATS, his adaptation does get him out. That adaptation, man, that minute CD on that trinket is actually huge. Athaman tried to see if he could rebuke one of the polymers from ATS and actually get juked on it. ATS is slowed. But he's missed. He's like hoping, no, don't see me. Athaman picked up the eyes, but a little bit saw ATS a little too late there. Dude, this is going to be interesting. I don't want to see if Athaman is going to use that essence again, or was that maybe like a one-time use there? Because he could use it just to catch up. But between that CC that ATH puts up, it's tough. That's going to be G-Pi. Athaman is hanging out by the corner. Could that be a Ring of Frost here? No, going to be Meteor instead with a Fireball. Athaman is going to get chunked out. But it's going to go for a lot of heals back-to-back. ATH is able to at least get him like behind the pillar. I think he's just waiting until he wants to whittle every cooldown. Athaman actually doesn't have bubble anymore. So if ATH can get the big cooldown, I guess he wants to wait for his combustion to happen. So before combustion, no big damage coming out. ATH is getting slammed by those wings, however. Athaman is going to handle freedom out of that poly adaptation, getting him out of that poly as well. ATH could go for big damage in just a bit. He has 30 seconds left on his combustion. So if he gets the 30 seconds, he will be able to put Athaman out in the open and then put him in the ground with all the damage. But he has to eat some of this damage from Athaman. Temporal coming in clutch to give him all the healing he needs for a little bit and try to get this Fire Blast back to back into Athaman. And Athaman's going to go for another set of wings, minute-long wings coming out right now, so he continue trucking damage into ATH. He's going to get himself a chicken use. Hodge coming out. He is going to have to go for adaptation, and there's going to be a rebuke onto the polymer of that breath. Does come in with the polymer to follow Athaman. Might be in a bad spot. ATH could one-shot him here. Shield of Vengeance is going to be all for Athaman, so he's going to have that defensive. Looks like ATH is playing very... Oh yeah, he's just going to wait it out, man. He's waiting it out, man. He just wants to get himself some food first. 7 minutes, we are 6 minutes in, 7% dampening rolling. So ATH and Athaman are both going to start losing the amount of health they have, or the healing they get. Nova into Athaman. Does he handle freedom it? He could maybe try for it. He could try for it. Maybe? No, he's not going to go for it. I think ATH is still trying to sneak away, get some food. And if not, just get that passive health regen over time whenever he's not in combat. Dragon's Breath, maybe a Polymorph, is that going to do it? Adaptation though. Poly does come in, does not go for damage. He's going to wait it a little longer. 3 minutes left on that bubble. If you can wait out those 3 minutes, you might be fine. Ice Block available for ATH again. Is Athaman going to go for big damage? Might be a temporal coming out for ATH immediately. Does get himself a shield and try to steal as many buffs from Athaman into a Frost Nova. No hand of freedom for this one. Yeah, I was going to actually port right on top of him. Actually going to power him out up. That's going to be a breath into a polymorph to Athaman. He has no way out of this one. ATH might just go for the big one shot here. If he can burn through Shield of Vengeance from Athaman, he might just do it. Ring of Frost coming out. Athaman does get hit with that G-Pi, and that could be huge damage out of ATH right now. That's going to be Shield of Vengeance. Let's get burnt through real quick. Should get burnt through. That's going to be combustion out of. No, Cauterize coming in for ATH. He has all that mobility trying to catch up to Athaman. Is he going to blink? Interrupted him. It's going to be Fire Breath right here. Trying to get a Scorch up and running. Does actually land him at the end. Oh my god, that was just so much happening. Holy crap, ATH. Oh, I saw you crack a smile there for a second. You don't gotta be shy about it. You can smile about it. He's just looking at the corpses like, dinner. 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 Oh my god, dude, that was insane. Best out of 3? Should we do that one a best out of 3? Yeah? Or is that a one and done, boys? Best out of 3 or one and done, because that was insane. Duel of 2 on the row. What causes good right now? Been a while since we've played BFA. Alrighty, ATH, the man who won one. Whoa. 1-1 versus Athaman. Athaman's gonna have to come back from this one. Athaman's down to 1, ATH is up 1, and the best out of 3. This could end with ATH winning or Athaman taking a +1 and then continuing the trend forward. Athaman is still going to give the enemy a little bit of honor. We'll see what kind of essence Athaman plays with. That last essence, the movement one, the mobility one, was an interesting play. He didn't use it as often. I feel like if he used it more, he might have had more of an opportunity to get some wins here. But that's going to be still adaptation for the both of them. ATH is going to use that adaptation to deal with Athaman's Hammer of Justice, which is going to make it harder for Athaman to get a good setup. Plus, with this arena, it actually might be a bit hard for Athaman to find a line of sight. The line of sight in this arena is a little different, I'd say. Going to be a slow one to ATH a little bit early. Does land a Frost Nova. Athaman could handle freedom this a little early, too. He's going to Hand of Freedom. Is that going to be Hand of Freedom stolen, maybe? Nope, can't steal it. So that Hand of Freedom is still the one that he has talented with. Oh, what? What is that slide there, dude? He just did the electric slide. Cha-cha. It's like been watching Michael Jackson. He was like, cha, hee, hee. Sliding around, man. Scooting around like a slug. What are you doing? It's going to be flashlight as he does get away. Get out of the fire, man. ATH is going to mount up, and I think he's going to take the top position here, obviously. Yeah, look him up. Atheman is already there up the ramp. That's going to be a little bit interesting for Atheman. He's going to have a lot more ways to catch up to ATH, but going up on the platform, it's going to be instant ice book for ATH. Does not want to give Atho the minute-long CD on wings any value. Probably should have been paying attention to them. He doesn't want to lose any health, I think. I think that's exactly what he's going for. Doesn't want to lose any health. Going to be Paladin for the Atho. Adaptation breaks him out. Almost got hit with a rebuke. And Atheman does get himself some wings rolling, though, but that wings did take a global to get a setup. That's going to be full invis for ATH. He's just trying to find his way around Atho. He's going to invis the wings completely. And he's gone like a Houdini. And he's going to mount up, trying to see if he can stay away from Atho. Atho didn't even pick up the eyes, though. He still might get a hammer of justice on the ATH, but that's going to be adaptation for this immediately. Breath into Atho, another polymer by ATH, and Atheman's cooldown's completely got exhausted there. And that's going to be Meteor coming down with a Greater Pyro with a Fireball. Atho's getting chopped in half every time that combo happens. And ATH doesn't even have to use a lot of cooldowns to make that happen. Just drops everything on him, man. Just gonna Fireball, just letting Fireball, Meteor, and Greater Pyro hit all at the same time. Atho has very little chance to react to that one, dude. Just one polymorph, and then it's gonna be bop. But he does have the upper area versus ATH. You could hit him from any angle. He also has a mobility wall mounted up a little bit higher. ATH trying to see if he can push in. Gonna be a polymorph. Gonna get that adaptation out of him. Oh, Atheman actually dropping down. Does not want to get hit with a polymorph. He decided, you know what? At least I'm gonna take control of some of this. I don't want to send CC. So I'm gonna wait it out, though. Atheman does have a really good position because he can hit ATH from the left side or the right side. He could just drop down on top of him. ATH, it looks like almost juked past Athom. Almost. Atho's trying to find a better angle, that's for sure. Atho needs to make a play, dude. He needs to get a Hammer of Justice rolling and try to do as much damage as he can to ATH whenever possible. It's still hard to tell what SNC is running. Could that be the big damage here? ATH definitely is going to go for that Greater Pyroblast. Try to see if he can get a bubble out of Atho. Ring of Frost doesn't hit him. Oh, he actually standing right. Oh, no, he froze himself. He froze himself. That Greater Pyro still does hit him. Getting a Shield of Enders a little bit late. However, Combustion coming down for ATH. Getting huge damage out. Burning right through that Shield of Enders. Does he have a blink interrupt here? He does not. And Atho does get all his health back. Atho just stood still the whole time in the freeze. And then he was like, wait, I can move? Started walking and froze himself as he moved over. That was very unlucky. Also, does ATH see where he's like saying, oh, I'm going to move there? Does he get to see that visual? Fire Breath onto Atheman with a polymorph as he gets another set of wings. That's full wings too. Not even minute-long wings. And ATH is just stealing, yoinking every buff from him. That Hand of Hindrance, though, is going to come out. ATH probably shouldn't be stealing buffs from Atho. That puts him in combat. Gonna be Temporal coming out. ATH doesn't get himself quite a lot of healing there, but it's gonna be a shield up. It's gonna have a safety trick and missing that Frost Nova. Actually, might be in a bad spot. Gonna be adaptation. It's gonna land a Dragon's Breath into Atheman's face. And it's gonna separate with that poly. Atheman could bubble out of this and try to see if he can score a kill. He is exactly doing that. Might be able to kill ATH right here. One last shield. It's gonna be a, oh my god, Carter Rice coming out for ATH. Not able to get the first aid rolling. If Atheman trying to see if he can find that angle. ATH needs to wait until that ice block is up. It's going to be Hand of Hindrance back up. If we can just wait out somehow, Atheman is trying to see if he can get the mobility going, try to see if he can move up. Dragon's Breath coming in. Polymorph does land it, doesn't have a way out of it. So ATH could still come back, man. He's still not out of the fight. Trying to go for Greater Pyro here. Since Atheman doesn't have any cooldowns, Ring of Frost to fall, it doesn't get it. Go blink into it, though. Atheman is going to have to line aside this. Yep, gonna have to line it. Just jumped. He does jump up on the ramp here, and this is gonna throw down the 1 minute long wings into ATH. Hodge coming in. He actually might have it here, and I think ATH is down for the count. Unlucky, man. Super unlucky. Very, very unlucky. Atheman takes it back, dude. He claws back for that one. He claws back for that win. That's a 1-to-1. That is a 1-to-1 for those two. So the next match solves it. Atheman versus ATH. Paladin versus Mage. We have to go for a best out of 3 here, man. The last one. It's going to be random arena. It could benefit one or the other. We're doing random, though. Just to keep it fair. Let me know when you guys are ready. Holy crap. That's actually so nutty, dude. I love when arenas get that close. With this map, we got ourselves a massive pillar down the middle. We also got these rams heading up on this upper platform, so ATS or Athaman could both take advantage of that area. Like Athaman could go up there and he can jump down, or if he was trying to chase up to ATS doesn't have a lot of places where he can go, since Athos should always be able to chase him. But that massive pillar down the middle might give ATS a massive advantage here, just because, you know, he has that long side and the short side. Athos is gonna have a hard time with him. And that's exactly where Athos is going to head out, man. He's actually going to head up to the top side. Might be able to have an advantage there. They might just wait for ATS. I feel like he might need to push in. There's going to be adaptation forced out of the both of them early on. ATS tried to see if he can maybe coax Athaman back here. So both of these two, I think, decided where they want to play this. And ATS is kind of hanging out into that room, because I think he knows he wants to dart for that corner ASAP. Try to get Athaman to come out and attack him. Athaman is going to try hugging that corner so hard. Here, the long corners where ATH is going to be able to make a play. Hodge coming down. No adaptation for this one. Athaman could go for some big damage. It's actually just building up some resources, not really going super heavy. Dragon's Breath, and it's going to be adaptation onto that polymorph immediately. Tried to reset it on the polymorph, and there it is. Athaman actually kind of pathing around as a sheep. Not in the best position ever. Path around where he couldn't actually get hit by the third polymorph. Third final polymorph does put a DR. Don't know if ATS really meant to do that. Having to go with Fire Blast here back to back. Popping and cooldown here too with a Trinket to get him all beefed up on damage. Temporal coming in to deal with Athaman's damage output through the holy damage while wings are up. And he did gain himself a little bit of a reset with his health. Athaman might be able to AoE here. I think he did hit him actually, so he did knock him out. It's going to be Athaman trying to get a Hodge in. Could use the mobility if he's still using that mobility essence. It's actually just going to take the full damage. Could have went for a Hand of Freedom here. It's going to be Shield of Vengeance. It's going to try to see if he can pour it on top of him. It's going to be a Blink for ATS, but actually, he should have blinked maybe a little bit early just so he could turn around fast enough and finish the cast for the Greater Pyre. Never got to finish it. Trying to get another G-Pie up in. That's going to be a Rebuke, however, with a Polymer to follow. Athaman doesn't have a way out of this unless he chooses to bubble. Decided not to. But for ATS, he's actually going to be kind of low on cooldowns here, man. Kind of going to be down on CDs for a bit. Also, what? He has to be going for Vision of Perfection. No, Conflict and Strife, right? PvP. ATS has to be going for Conflict and Strife. So it makes me wonder what kind of Auto-Chance is running. Because he does get that heal. Gonna be Athaman with that Wake of Ashes. Getting a safety trinket out of ATS. ATS is all he can really do is get himself a shield up and running. Polymorph coming in. It's gonna be double Polymorph onto Atham. ATS cannot drop too low, man. If he drops low, it's going to be the end to him, honestly. It's going to be Hand of Freedom for that Frost Nova. And he might just have to Ice Block here, man. He might just have to let the Cauterize happen. And then Ice Block. Is he going to let the Cauterize happen? Athaman kind of delayed his damage, delayed that Temporal by a little bit. That's going to be a fresh shield just to keep him afloat for a little bit longer. Hodge coming out, adaptation for it. It's going to be Polymorph. Athaman actually has no way out of it unless he bubbles. No Shield of Vengeance either, so he's not going to be full setup. Ring of Frost coming out for ATS. Doesn't quite hit Arthur. He's going to go for a little bit of a port there. He does blink on top of him. Does he turn around? The G-Pie does come out. He actually did use a turn around. It's going to be Meteor trying to turn this around with damage onto Athaman. ATS probably should go for Mage Food immediately as soon as Athaman runs away. Went for a bit of Mage Food, bit of first aid too. And now he's out. 4 minutes in it. This is definitely going to go into dampening if these guys keep playing the way that they are. Such a close game, man. Such a close game. Hand of Hindrance by Athaman just to catch up to ATS. Going to be a Polymorph into a Frost Nova. Hand of Freedom coming out immediately. Doesn't get to blink. It seems like ATS needs to always shimmer at least one of those Polymorphs whenever he was trying to get adaptation out of Atha. That's going to put him behind on mobility. Athaman is going to pop off wings right now, trying to min-max the damage. Might even get the Cauterize out of ATS. Shield of Vengeance coming out. Temporal does get him a little bit more health. And Hodge comes in with an adaptation to follow up. ATS trying to see if he can just run out of there. Fire Blaster coming down. Back to back. Wings are up for Atha. That's going to be Ice Block for ATS while he's super low in health. Maybe he'll have a Dragon's Breath in here. Athaman still holding on to a bubble, and ATS being so low without a single defensive left might actually be the game for him to win. He could literally bubble this. Is he gonna? Bubble comes out. ATS done force out a massive cooldown out of Atha. Double shimmer up above, trying to see if he can get the hell away from the guy. Isn't gonna be able to do much though. Maybe could have almost tried to juke him out. It's gonna be safety chicken procking. Hand of Freedom coming in for Atha before that Frost Nova even hit. Hodge coming on to ATS. I think that's gonna be it though. ATS taking so much damage. And down he goes. Oh my god, man. Oh no. Atha been trying to use that thing a little bit more often now, huh? God, the damage of the Paladin does nothing, man. There's just nothing you can do about it. I think ATH has to go to Crucible Flame for a self-heal. That was rough, man. That first game was just the closest thing ever, and then after took 2 back-to-back. Oh, man. Maybe the map had a little bit to do with it. That's rough. Sure, I'll do him on a Warlock. Alrighty.